All right, guys, Devang here. Um, we're sitting on 1st April 2021. It's Thursday. It's the weekly expiry, 1:23 p.m. And I think the Indian markets are looking very weak at this point of time. Currently, Nifty stands at 14,827. I'll give you all the reasons why I want you to track this journey alongside me. I want to show you what goes into my mind because a lot of people tell me how do you manage risk, etc., etc. So I want to show you how my entire trading journey goes. And currently, I'm sitting in a good 2.5 lakh loss, if I'm not wrong. So I'm sitting in a 2.09 lakh loss. We booked this hero zero trade, but I'm sitting on 700 puts of Axis, 31,000 quantities. It's a good 2 lakh loss I'm seeing on the screen right now. And I want to show you how I convert this into a profit in the next couple of days. So I've taken a positional trade. I'm of the opinion that the Indian markets are under extreme pressure. The FIIs don't have much much interest in the long exposure. So as we go in this journey, I'll show you what I mean. So I've taken specifically Axis Bank out of everything that's available to me. We'll come to that, and I'll show you how I manage my risk, etc. So today is Thursday, 1:30 p.m. I'll see you when things get back to normal. All right. So let's start the analysis that's going into my mind. I think currently Nifty is at 14,828. A really, really good momentum coming in. This is what I call a trap. This is how the retailers, how people like you and me get trapped. On expiries, 90% of the moves are just there to trap people. And the big money, which is the FIIs, etc., they want to hand over their positions to you. And a lot of people fall for this trap. And if you are experienced in the market, you already know what I'm talking about. Currently, Axis at 706. What's my loss standing at? Around a 1.9 lakh. So 2.07 accumulated. I'm going to start off with my data. All these thoughts that are coming to my mind, I want to start off with the data because that is going to show you a lot of things. So let me just open the data for a second. Yeah, the 31st March, this is the data that came out yesterday. First of all, what are my targets? That is something you need to know. This video is going to be slow. Watch it when you have time. I believe Nifty should be coming close to 14,200 in the next 15 days. That's a good 600, 650 point fall I'm expecting. That's my prediction. We'll see how it works out. The video is going to be out to you anyway. So if I'm wrong or right, that's going to be proved in the next couple of days. The most important part of the stock markets is patience. If you can be patient in a position, you will be able to be successful. Now, see, a lot of people, right now we're in Axis shorts. Now, what happens is, people see intraday movements in Axis Bank and everyone starts to worry. I think the most people, why they go wrong is because they worry so much about these intraday candles. Try to understand one thing: intraday candles, intraday breakouts can only give you 1.5%. But if it's a bigger time frame breakout or a breakdown, that's going to give you 4-5%. So you have to go for a bigger time frame breakout or a breakdown, not an intraday breakout. So always start with a top-down approach. That is one thing I want to make clear. Secondly, we had made high today of 708.85. I don't think Axis will be going above this today. I've already drawn my levels. I have this very interesting trend line that's coming in right from the 12th March 21 highs joining this high. So it's exactly collided here. We also have very good support coming in. So right now, Axis in a range. So you can't be very bullish about it. You can't be very bearish about it. What I am doing is trying to forecast what could happen and taking a position accordingly, because I think right now, sitting on the banks, Axis looks the weakest to me. All the other banks have bounced off really high. ICICI is doing well. So why do I pick Bank Nifty? Why don't I trade, in Nifty, Bank Nifty? Forget about that. The reason I'm using Axis Bank is because, see, HDFC Bank is a stock that's used often for index management, and you've seen violent moves happen in HDFC without any explanation. So I always ignore HDFC Bank if I have to take a positional view. Kotak is doing quite well. Kotak's taken a very good support today. You can see a double bottom kind of a pattern also being formed on your screen. If I look at the daily chart, Kotak's taken a very good support. So Kotak is, well ready to bounce off, and it could start to go higher. Same is the example with ICICI Bank. It's also doing quite well. If you look at the 560 level, that was an earlier retest. It's quite 26 points higher than that. So it doesn't make sense to go short on even ICICI. SBI is a public sector guy. I don't trade it. So Axis is one guy which I'm really interested in, because even right now there is no decisiveness in Axis Bank. You can't say you are bullish on Axis Bank yet, because you are still stuck in this range. So if you're stuck in a range in a bigger chart, which is a 1 day chart or a 4 hour chart, it means that even your intraday 15-minute movements are going to be, contained. It's not going to be a lot. You might see a loss on intraday. So whenever you trade a big quantity, so I do a lot of naked, so my loss has already come down. I know my job. I'm going to show you how I convert this loss into a 5 or 6 lakh profit. It's going to be in front of your screen in the next couple of days. So keep watching this video till the end. So right now, whenever you trade with high quantity, remember this point. You don't have to look at the loss figure. I am going naked because I have conviction in what I'm doing. But if you see this right now, I'm only sitting on a good 4.5, 5 rupee premium loss. So that is fine. Think about what is the per premium loss that you are seeing on the chart, not the exact value of the loss that's coming in. So I chose Axis Bank. So the reason why did I choose banks? Another question. I could have chosen anything else. So we right now in India, I am saying, are going through something we call sector rotation. That's what I believe. We are seeing a shift from banking going into value companies, going into FMCGs, IT, pharma. So we're starting to see that all over again. Back ever since COVID started, again I think a shift is happening. There's a rotation that's happening. So even if Nifty goes up, I believe Bank Nifty is going to underperform Nifty, let alone the next 15 days. My next 15 days target on Nifty will be 14,200. Could be 14,000. I also am expecting some kind of, so today is Thursday. I'm expecting this weekend some kind of restrictions, harsh restrictions being imposed in Maharashtra, which will be followed by the rest of the parts of the country for COVID-19 lockdown. So that is another reason why I am getting more and more stressed when it comes to the equity markets. That is the only reason I am not participating in my movements on the long side. I will do so if I get reason. But right now, forget intraday movements that will ruin you. Find the bigger picture, trade that bigger picture. Let's come to the data. So I've answered your question why Axis Bank. I've answered your question why Bank Nifty, because we are weaker on Bank Nifty. Also, I have a very good custom super trend setting that I use. So all of you are technicals. I have a very good setting that I use. So I am fine. What could be a stop loss for me on Axis Bank or on Bank Nifty? A lot of people ask me, so if you're in naked positions, you should have a stop loss. So I'm personally not a guy who keeps stop loss, but the stop loss for me is 722. Any closing on a daily chart above 722 is my stop loss. I will accept defeat and I will say the entire hypothesis I'm putting in right now is false, it's fake. On Bank Nifty, so I've chose the weaker one. So if I want to be comfortable on Bank Nifty and have a good night's sleep, I would say I would be fine unless until 33,930 levels are broken and sustained on the daily closing. If that is not happening, we are going to see further lows. Will not be surprised if we see 32,000 levels in the next 15 days on Bank Nifty. Okay. Coming to the data, a lot of things that go to my mind when I take heavy positions. So I don't do this a lot of often, but when I have conviction, I try to find tops and bottoms a lot of times. So let's look at the data that's coming in. 31st March 21 data. This is yesterday's data. And what's concerning me is this figure of index futures is getting lower and lower and lower. It's already been reduced 50%. So it's the FII's positions that's on your chart right now. This figure has already gone down 50% in the last day. So, and as long as clients are in green, as long as the client's index futures are in green, you will always see some selling. Do what you want. You'll always see some selling. When can we see aggressive selling? If FIIs turn red, if they go short on the index futures. Now that is something you might not see very soon. It's not something which is easy to obtain, but seeing this data right now, I'm being very skeptical in the market. I'll be very honest. I'm gonna put that out straight to you. I'm being very, very skeptical in the markets. The calls that the FIIs are holding is extremely low. It's only 44,000. If you've been in the market, this used to be 80,000, 90,000 a couple of months back, which showed us that things are fine. A lot of people are, starting to think that we are going to get another rally in the market, like COVID. I don't think that's happening. I think the valuations right now are stressed. We need some time to cool off. That is one thing that is going into my mind right now. So we don't have a lot of pressure by the FIIs as of today. We also have a lot of puts accumulated by the FIIs. They are sitting on huge quantity on the put side. If you look at the put and call ratio, that's coming near 1:4. 40,000 calls, 1.6 lakh put. That's a 4:1. That's a huge ratio that I'm seeing. So they are bearish on the Indian markets. Any intraday rally should be shorted. This is what I think. If you look at the FII in stock futures, I would say this is the only hope that is there in India. Because this figure is in above 1 lakh, I think things are comfortable. That's the only reason why we are seeing some kind of intraday rallies. But this will not be continuing in the foreseeable future as soon as this goes below 1 lakh. So the data that's coming is very bearish. I believe whatever's happening right now is just expiry play. That is what I believe. So a couple of points, and we'll keep analyzing new points when they come to the market. Axis Bank is again at 708.6. That's the highest point of today. But I still believe today markets, it's 136. I still believe today markets should be closing at the lows, somewhere around 33,300. I purely believe what is happening right now is an expiry play. And because of that, I have conviction in my analysis. I don't think I need to panic now. That's for right now. Thank you. Okay, as I said, we're coming off highs, right? We made that clear in the last video. We've come off highs about 100 points, odd points. Axis Bank also has come down 2 points, which is fine as expected. I'm telling you right again that we are going to close at lows only. We will be closing at 33,300, and I will show you when that happens. The reason why I'm not being very concerned about this rally is because the big guys like HDFC Bank have not contributed. They have not contributed. And I have a very simple saying that if the markets really want to stay up, the biggest constituents have to go up. Today, I think the entire rally that's happened is a metal induced rally. And somewhere or the other, profit booking will come in metals. They've come off at good levels, and profit booking is going to come in the metal sector. So, I would be wrong only if HDFC Bank also starts to participate and it starts to go above and close above these trend lines that I've just drawn. But unless until that doesn't happen, we are not looking very good on the HDFC Bank as well. And as I speak, we are coming off highs. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you, we will close at lows today. Even Reliance, for that fact of matter, has not participated. Let me see what HDFC is doing. Let's just open the chart of HDFC. Is HDFC participating in today's rally? So it's been very silent, only up about odd couple of points, I think 0.70%. So it's also not very performing in this entire euphoria or FOMO that people are missing out the movement. That's also not happening. So the HDFC twins have not really taken part. Let me open Reliance and see, because eventually these guys need to take part. If they don't take part, it's not going to sustain. Reliance not participated. It's at 2018, and yesterday's closing was somewhere around 2005 on 3 levels. So even Reliance is somewhat or the other flat. So Reliance, HDFC not contributing. Forget SGX Nifty. That's useless. That's enough for me to tell you we will close at lows. So Axis Bank, it's 155 right now. The 2 o'clock trigger is about to happen. That would lead for some sharp falls to come into the market. Let me open the 5-minute chart and show you the level below which, if Axis closes, can start to give you some correction. It's this exact level. If the next 5 minutes are going to close below 706.95, you will start to see further correction, and this entire rally will stop. Also, I gave you this trend line in this last video. I told you we will not close above this trend line. Exactly, we have taken resistance over here and we have corrected. So I am very perfect in my analysis. And if these small things are working, the bigger things also will tend to work out. Obviously, we will start to see bigger corrections only when we are going below this trend line. So first thing is good that I have not closed above this trend line. Resistance has been taken. We're going back to lows. I hope the closing, I believe, will be somewhere between 33,300 and 33,350 levels. So 50-point gap I would like to give. Today, why did we go up? That's another thing you will like to ask me. Very simple, basic technicals, guys. Let me open the chart. If you've been seeing my videos, today morning you opened a very big gap up, which had to lead to a big expiry volatile trade. And that is what exactly is happening. So suggestion is, I've already told you in my communities on Discord, don't go long. If you don't want to take a short, fine, sit out, observe, good holidays coming, but don't go long, because the markets are going to come down, and they are going to come down very, very bad. Thank you.
Guys, this is where we are now. 5.36 lakh profit on the screen. I'm going to refresh it for you to get the updated figure. This is the exact profit I'm getting in my account right now, 5.33 lakh. We were in a big loss. We were in a big loss in Axis Bank. Friday, everyone was bullish. We're getting inverted head and shoulders. We're getting a big breakout. Things are getting good in the market. I was the only one, and I've recorded this journey with you. I was expecting a bigger video, but things happened good for me today. And I was the only one that told you we're going to go low. We're going to go to 14,500. We're going to go to 14,200. But right now, I've booked everything. We have some positions running right now, which I've already given to the current TFA family in my Discord right now. But we were in so much loss. This actually went to a very big loss, a 3.5 lakh loss. I can show you right now if I open the chart. We had bought it at 29 rupees, the Axis Bank put, and on Friday it made a low of, I'll just show that to you. You can see on the screen it made a low of 16 or 17. So I made a very big 3.5 lakh loss, and from that loss we are now back in profit, 5.34 lakh profit. This is how I trade. It's about psychology. It's about three things I want to add right now. Trading is about three things. Remember this. Number one, it's about conviction. You need to have conviction in your trade. I told you very well, the FIIs, they don't have much room left. There are too many client stock futures holding. The levels were not supporting. The news out there is not good. And just yesterday, Chris Wood has also reduced his overweight target on India. Conviction. I had something going in my mind and I delivered. Number two, precision. We exactly knew when we had to come in. We held the winning trade. Number three, patience. If you have these three qualities, sitting in a winning trade for long, because eventually, remember, money is going to be made by waiting and not by trading. Remember that. Money is made by waiting and not by trading. So I'm logging off this video right now. I've shown you my journey, 3.1 lakh loss into a 5.5 lakh profit against every odd, against everyone in the market. I was the only person. When everyone doubts you, when everyone laughs at you, that is the time when you will be successful in life. 5.5 lakh profit in your screen. Logging off now. Thank you so much.